Hello, roller coaster gamers. Welcome to what should be the final part of Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I decided to make it just 4 long parts because I don't want to just do it in small, short parts. Because when I'm in a horror game, I don't like having to pause it like after only playing it for like 10 minutes. So I prefer, when, at least for me, experiencing games, to just go a little, like, have a long period and then cut it, and then like have not many parts, but they're longer. Okay, that's the way I prefer to play these games, because I'll remember, or at least I feel like I'm not interrupting the experience as much. I feel like I'm not. Because I don't like to pause the game a lot, because I feel like it makes you lose immersion when you're playing horror games. So making less videos, but having longer videos and fewer of them makes it seem like I have a better experience with the game. So this should be the final part 4. Let's go to where we left off, which we were just done with the sewers, and we're entering the nave. Okay? We're in the final quarter of the game. Okay, so that way is caved in. That one won't budge. Let me check if there's a tinder box in here. Yep. I believe we're going down there. I think this is where the levers are, but we gotta fix something. We gotta do something to get them to work, because I think they're broken. Ooh, touch it there. Okay. Probably just turn this on so I don't. Probably just turn the torches on so I don't have to waste lantern oil. All right. See, these don't work. Yeah, okay.
9th of August, 1839. I can't stop sweating and shaking. The warding ritual was not something of a sane mind. I did not even realize the dungeon was still in use. Alexander had his servants bring one of the prisoners, a murderer, he told me. Alexander made all the arrangements, but he said I had to perform the ritual in order to have the right effect. The shadow could be led astray by the blood of another. Killing the man would provide us precious time.
Don't listen to Alexander Daniel, he's lying.
What else could I do? Alexander said it had to be done. He is saving my life. I don't have the luxury of argument.
Don't, Daniel. You'll regret it. When you think about it, the backstory of this game is pretty effed up. Torturing people. It's like the medieval times. Like, the scary thing about it is that things like that actually happened in real life. Like Vlad the Impaler and stuff like that. It's crazy.
Agrippa, I need you to stay awake. Can you feel the syringe?
No, I can't feel anything. Alexander?
Yes?
Soon, I won't even be able to move, will I?
Your life is safe.
I don't doubt that. But will it be worth living?
I think we gotta fit. Yeah, it's in here. Yep, there we go. There we go. We gotta push that one up. Okay, there we go. So it should be fixed now.
Help me. Who's the switch? Thank you. You have my
Okay, so
gratitude.
the levers will pull these up. We're able.
Whom are you with? Daniel? Like the prophet thrown into the lion's den?
Nice Bible reference there.
Are you among the lions, Daniel? You want to stop Alexander? Oh my. So Babylon shall fall, you say? You worry.
Okay, so I should be able to pull the levers now, but
But if you're really going after Alexander, would you consider taking me with
sure.
I
I know we're able to open the doors with those levers now, but I actually want to go into the chancel first because I think so. If I go now, then there's some loot in there that I'll get a chance to get. If I wait to go in there after I'm done with the torture chambers to get those orb pieces. So that's the choir and transept. If I do those first, then the next time I go in here, it'll be the surprise. Spoiler alert: the 3 grunts that attack me, and then it's the thing that's supposed to happen. And then I get put in the cell, and then when I escape that area, when I come back that time, there's a bridge that's gone that's connecting to a room that I won't be able to go to anymore. So the only time I can go into that room to get anything like tinderboxes or oil is now. So I'm going in here now so I can go get stuff out of that room because this is the only opportunity I'll get to do that. Yeah, there's a grunt that spawns. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Just a little further.
It's like Orpheus descending into the underworld.
Are you
He's going the way I need to go. I'm just gonna go this way.
Never mind. Your intuition is...
They can't attack you during the flashback.
I'm not sure I'm following.
It doesn't matter.
I should walk into that room,
Just
and
a
if I'm
myth
all the way over
after
here,
all.
he should despawn in that room, I think. As long as I'm not looking at him, I think he I think he despawns in that room if you're not looking at him. So yeah. That didn't actually hurt. Yep, the grunt's gone, the music stopped. So I can go in there too, but I can go in there later, I think. I'm not too worried about that right now. Unless there's a diary in there. I think there might be a piece of diary in there that I'll need to get. Okay. That was the chance to read it. Just pause it if you need. I think okay, there's nothing behind here, right? Gosh. No. Okay, let me go over here to this room too. Because I think that there's there's a diary there, but let me check. There's a tinderbox. Okay. Okay, let's read this.
12th of August, 1839. Banishment ritual is taking longer than expected, and we have to do what is needed. I spend my time helping out the prisoners. Being around these degenerates makes me ill. None of them even tries to face their punishment with any kind of dignity. They taunt me with their lies of innocence and their cowardly pleas of mercy. What can make a man fall so far from the grace of a civilized existence? They are all wicked men, and I remind myself of it constantly. Still, I am thankful for God sending these monsters our way, as they will serve as the instruments of my salvation. I try to study the different tools in the
Alexander
torture
messed you
chamber
up, man.
and learn how to use them effectively. Last time was messy, and the effect suffered from my inexperience.
Like
when the next warding is
you
to be
could say
performed,
that Daniel is
I shall
just
be ready.
an a-hole, but you know, he was scared to death, man. He thought he was gonna die by the shadow, and Alexander's the only one that said who was.
Is this your time witnessing Daniel? If so, blame yourself. You started this. You sent me that letter asking for help, and this is how you repay me? How dare you?
Okay, thanks Alexander for interrupting me. I like how he can just telepathically speak to us, but what I was saying is that what was Alexander? You caused me to forget what I was saying. I was saying that you don't really blame Daniel for what he's doing because
These cells are meant to hold prisoners
another flashback
who are
interrupting me.
The people you send for will end up here.
Now I'm just not gonna
Remember
talk.
that the confinement itself works as a preamble to the torture, and you should pace yourself. Don't take anyone before they are ready.
Understood.
Sounds from the torture chambers are shuttled in through those pipes in the ceiling. Manage your victims well, and let one prisoner's pain instill terror in his cellmate.
Shut up, Alexander. Okay. Now, as I was saying, you can't really blame Daniel for what he was doing because no one else told him that they would help him. No one else was really answering him anything. Like when he was scared about the shadow, like that he was being chased by something from those other men dying, and Alexander was the only one that said, "Hey, I can protect you." So he had no choice but to believe him because he was scared to death. You know, you would too. So, and Alexander convinced him that they were murderers and bad people, and he believed what Alexander was saying. I mean, you know,
I know.
You know what I mean.
I've been here already. I know this taste. A taste of Damascus rose obfuscating the truth in a dim haze.
This is that same guy from the prison that we were getting flashbacks of.
But my body remembers. These cuts speak volumes, even though my mind remains silent. They will be back. They will be back.
Someone, I think Alexander gave you the amnesia drink. The frick? Okay. I think Alexander gave you that amnesia potion. So, guys, that's the same guy that... So many interruptions, guys. That's a lot of... Okay. I swear, I can't say anything because anytime I try to talk, something happens.
What level? Oh, that level.
I should just pause the game to be able to say something now.
Maybe the other room. There are machine parts hidden all over this place.
As I was saying, I swear, guys. Oh, spiders on the wall. That guy that we were just having a flashback about is the same guy that was getting carried through the sewers and the same guy that was accused for arson that we were hearing about in the prison. I think he gets tortured. He gets tortured in one of the rooms. We'll get flashbacks about him later. And he ends up surviving the torture, and Alexander heals him up and then gives him the amnesia drink to forget about it, so then he can just torture him over again. He has to give them the amnesia drink to forget, so that because if they remember, then there's no vitae he can get from them. So he gives them an amnesia drink, they forget about everything, and then they're tortured again for that vitae, or however the frick you pronounce it. The stuff that Alexander needs to get to his home world. And is lying to Daniel saying he'll stop the shadow. Daniel will find out that Alexander was lying to him all along. And after he kills that little girl in the storage, he realizes that Alexander's manipulated him into killing innocent people. Alexander reveals his plans, hides, and I lifted both of you. What the heck? Reveals his plans that Alexander reveals that he was not protecting him from the shadow, and he was just wanting to go back to some world. He hides in the orb chamber.
Daniel, you have gone too far.
And then leaves Daniel to die from the shadow.
I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
Daniel gets pissed off, and he also becomes like sorry for himself and stuff, and he wants to forget about the innocent people he tortured. So he decides to take the amnesia drink and drink it to make himself forget. And then he leaves himself the one final note saying, "Find Alexander and kill him," and that's where it's left to us.
You got the doors open? Good going. I knew you could do it.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go choir first, because choirs just do it first. I don't know. I'll get to it. Here's your chance to pause it. This is the ingredients for the stuff we need to give Agrippa, so we'll be able to cut off his dang head. And if we cut off his head and put it into the portal when it opens up inside the orb chain, when Alexander's preparing to go to his homeworld, he will be in there. And when the portal opens up, if we put Agrippa's head in there, then we'll save him. But we got to give him this first. That's the best ending, because that's when Daniel redeems himself. Either let Alexander win, we win, or save Agrippa. And just knocking everything over and us escaping is kind of the selfish end. You know what I mean? Like, come on, Daniel, you've truly redeemed yourself if you save Agrippa. But that one's probably the more, I don't know. Random baby cries, okay. I didn't know that noise happened in this area. But, yeah. I wonder which ending we're gonna do. Because I've never done the Alexander ending before, so we might do that where we let Alexander win. Plus, I really like the music that plays in the credits if we let Alexander win, so I'm probably going to do that for this, okay, guys? Because there's been so many Let's Plays where they either have Daniel win or Agrippa win, and I've done both of those before. I've never gotten the Alexander ending, so we'll do that. Okay?
15th of August, 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions. Hurry. No time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer.
Yeah,
Hurry.
totally.
Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Paint the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come. Please, I didn't do anything.
For some reason, that voice line makes this scene less scary.
The man, cut the lines.
That part, I wish they did a better voice for that, because it just makes it sound silly. Right there. I mean,
I did
I say that
well.
all the time.
One life for another.
I can't
You
say
hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain.
So when he goes like, "I didn't do anything," that
Alexander,
That
isn't.
the way he says that
feel
kind of
it.
sounds like he's
We
not
must act
really.
swiftly.
It's not really
I
serious
will do
enough.
whatever it takes.
I wish they did that voice a bit better to actually sound like he's struggling when he says that line. Because it'd make it. Because going that cutscene right there is scary. Because it's literally killing someone in a messed up way. My sanity is not good, and it's not going to be good when I enter here. This is the only room in the game, I think, where the main menu music plays. Oh gosh, your sanity, man.
What are my intentions, Daniel? Salvation. It used to be yours, but now you only seek misplaced revenge. How do you justify your violence? Is it for the greater good?
Oh, here's
Are
a
you
room.
doing the world a service? It is you who caused all this pain and death. If you had accepted your fate and submitted to the orb when you first discovered it, none of this
I
would
think the
have happened.
torture rooms cause your sanity to go down, so I want my sanity to build up a bit before I enter the room.
Killing us both.
Stay in the light, Daniel. I'm sorry I kept pressing tabs and interrupting you, but I was checking my sanity. It's not doing anything right now. Okay. Chigadoo. Yeah. I knew that was coming. That bell's. You hear that weird bell ringing sound? That's weird. Daniel, you are hearing things, man. Oh, goodness. Oh, my sanity. I'm gonna collapse. The details on this are just messed up. You can read it for yourself. Good. Iron Maiden. Alright. Let's get out. Oh, that. Okay. I was not ready for that baby cry. Oh, my sanity is literally at such a bad level. I feel like. Look at my screen, guys. I could just, maybe I should just fall into one of these pits or let a brute kill me. I think one spawns somewhere in here. Oh, here's a bridge. We might just let someone kill me because they'll bring my sanity up. Oh gosh. He's over there somewhere. Just hide. Just walk along. You're fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. You know that FNAF song, stay calm, stay calm. That's what you need to do, Daniel. You need to take a chill pill. You're freaking out. Your sanity is literally gonna die. Okay, I think I'm fine now. It's far away from me. I think a room's this way. Yeah, here we go. Sometimes it's hard to tell where the brute is at because it's really foggy in here.
The wheel is good for keeping your victims still during the procedure. They can be bound around the circumference or simply stretched across, tying limbs to the spokes and rim. All tools are by this point useful, and you may administer
These
the
skulls
torture
don't.
in any way you
None
like.
of these skulls have a
But
lower
the forte
jaw.
of the wheel is the gaps. When you have decided that the victim shall die, you can smash their limbs with
Are
a
you serious?
hammer, making them fold.
Guys, I didn't. It glitched.
But
What are
they'll
you doing? Get it out.
die.
Okay.
Too quickly, I mean.
No, don't worry. The human body is much more resilient.
It phased
They
into
can
the.
survive
It
for
glitched into the
days
candle.
until they finally
for a second.
succumb.
Oh, this. Look how slow this makes me. I was just gonna try to move the wheel with that. Act like I'm slamming down on their limbs like they do in medieval times with these wheels. You know what they do on these wheels? Oh, never mind, we got this. Okay. Read the description and then I'll explain what this is. Y'all all know what an Iron Maiden is, but this is a different device. Okay, so what this is Alexander kind of explained it. So they either are tied on the top here, like this, on an arc, and then they have like a fire underneath and they turn them like this, or they have them on the front of this and then they take a hammer, like the hammer that just went through the wall and disappeared, and then they hit their limbs with it, and then they bleed out and die. It's brutal, guys. Dark subject. This game has some dark themes. I think a Bruce spawns here, but we have a bridge here. Don't do that. You just hurt yourself. Never mind, my health is fine. That didn't actually be my bugs crawling on me. Okay, I think this is the last room because there's 3 orb pieces in here and 3 orb pieces in the transept. So this should be the last one. And guys, I'll admit, the first time I went in the choir, this was probably the scariest room in the game to me. The first time I played, this and the water monster section, because the water monster section, the first time I played this game, I didn't know how to sprint because I wasn't used to PC games, so I didn't know shift was run. And I didn't really have the need to run until I got to the water monster part, so I kept dying by him. But this room was probably the scariest because I didn't know where the brutes would spawn, and like I would hide behind a pillar, and then suddenly the brute was like behind me, because sometimes you can't tell which direction they're coming from because of the foggy area. But at this point, I kind of know where they spawn, and I know technique of how to get around in this room. But still, so we touched the cow. Did we already touch it? I already touched it. I'm sorry, guys. I should have let y'all. Okay, that's what lighting the fire does. So I hope y'all had a chance to pause it there to read that detail. But basically, that's a brazen bull. They basically, if you don't want to have to read that detail or anything, I've basically been explaining what they do with these. They put a person inside that chamber, and then they light a fire underneath, and they basically get cooked alive. And then the metal bull head makes, when they're screaming, it sounds like a bull, like bellowing from the outside of it. And this right here, I can just jump in and kill myself, and then I'll spawn right at the door. A brute should have spawned there. A brute really should have spawned there. Normally it does. Is it random that they do? Is there a chance that they don't spawn there? They should have. One normally spawns there, around that area when I'm coming out that 3rd room. Well, I guess I'm done with the choir, guys. I only had 2 brutes spawn that time. That was weird. Well, technically 1. I just had him only spawn twice because there's technically only 1 brute in the game. He just spawns and he just spawns, and then he goes away, and then he comes back again in another area. there's like at least 4 grunts, but one of them is killed by the shadow, and I think there might be 5. There might be about 5. I know there's at least, you can get 3 to attack you at once. There's a 4th one, but it's killed in the sewers, the dead one on the floor.
You again. Incredible.
Okay, what I gotta do is I gotta go here and get, because the room where his tonic is to where you mix up all the ingredients and stuff is locked. Oh yeah, I forgot I gotta go in the transept. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry guys, I am stupid. I gotta go in the freaking transept. Now it's a chance to do this. Alright, let's see some more horrible torture rooms. At least there won't be any brutes in here. And this place is smaller. I think the choir, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure the choir is the largest room in the game that you go to. Like its size, it's very big. Oh wait, this is where the other Alexander painting is. So it's normal right now because my sanity is fine. I'll come back up here after I'm done with the torture rooms, because then, after I'm finished with all those, my sanity is gonna be like, I'm gonna enter like 2 of them. 2 of the torture rooms, and then I'm gonna come in here and show you that the Alexander painting will look different. Once again, like it did in the study. Okay. And yeah. Alright. Oil. Nothing else. Oh! Tinderbox. Tinderbox. Okay. I'll be back for you. Go in here. I don't know if I need to explain this one, but there you go. So what that does is they had to put their arms behind their back, and then they're like this, and then their arms are tied like this, but like they're backwards, and then they're lifted up by weights, and it causes their arms to like break or something. It's very, I don't know why I should like, I have seen, looked up, like, you know, you've been in history class before. They go over medieval times. I've also you've also seen this stuff online and like doing research and stuff on stuff, and it talks about this kind of stuff, and it's very touchy. It's very touchy subjects. Okay, I already did that, but yeah, that's what that is. Now, if we go to that one, that one is the cutscene one, the flashback one. So I'm gonna go in here, and then I'm gonna go to the Alexander one. So. Yeah, when I was around this area, you heard the flashback of that British guy again. He's being carried to that room. They torture him using the cradle. These noises are very disturbing, guys. Gosh. Okay, guys, this is probably the worst one out of all of them because this is just gross, guys. And those sounds you could hear of it, like the memories of it happening, it's just, yeah, it's a solve. So basically, what you see on that poster is exactly what they do. I don't even know if I need to explain it. You can probably figure out based on that picture and based on this description. Tie them upside down, and then they use a saw to cut them like that. Okay. I'm out of that room now. I hate that room. I hate being in there. It's freaking disturbing. This is the part of the game that gets me the most because I hate this kind of stuff. Yeah, look at there. Because my sanity's lower. Okay, let's go into the last room, which is this way. I always have the door open to show that I've been in there.
The cradle is ready.
Good.
You're a man! How can you partake in this?
Is he
These flashbacks make it even more disturbing.
Denies any attention.
I'm not a bad man! It was an accident!
He set a man on fire.
Sure he did. You're a liar,
My
Alexander.
fault! Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
Now, one more flashback before I can.
No, please! I'll do anything! Whatever you want! Anything! I'll do anything! I'm innocent!
So basically, guys, this is what's called the cradle, and they tie them to these, and then they basically go up and down on this spike like this. Okay. Okay, now we're done with that. Okay. Y'all think all the all the grunt and the brute walking around is scary. This stuff is scary. Wait, isn't there a guy in a dude in a dead person in one of these things? Sometimes there is. There's not right now. Sometimes I don't know if it's rare, but it's one of these things where a dead corpse will be hanging out of one of them. And I think these guys, they put this like weird like honey and stuff on them, and then they put them in these cages, and then they're basically anything can just fly, like any flies or any insects can just basically like eats it off of them, and then they basically get bit up by insects to death, and then they're just exposed to the elements. Basically, that's basically what that means, guys. Except it's indoors, so I don't get how that would really work in there. It would have to be outside for that to happen. Maybe they just die from starvation.
I know I have no right to ask anything of you, but if you could find it in your heart to gather the ingredients for fire,
I can't even go up there right now. Okay, let's do this. Let's get ready to see 3 grunts at once. There's no avoiding this, guys. If you close the door, if you let them spawn, even if you come in and close the door, you're still caught for some reason. You don't die here. This is a set thing. We're gonna try to control them as long as possible. Hey, they're phasing through each other. Got 3 grunts at once! Okay, I'm just gonna let them do whatever. There they go. Yeah, there's your chance to see 3 grunts in the same room. I think 3 is the maximum you can have in one room. I don't think you can get 4 to spawn. I wonder if you can do that before you get to the sewers where that one grunt is found dead. But maybe that grunt died like before, long before you got to that area. So I don't think you can spawn more than 3 grunts in one room. Yep, they locked me in a cage. I mean, in a cell, and we gotta find a way out of here.
You had me worried. Quite frankly, I'm not sure what to do with you. I hold no grudge against you, Daniel. We are so very much the same, you and I. Do you really drink from the amnesia mixture? It does explain so much of your behavior. You never did finish what you set out to do. You talked about redemption, how you would face the old shadow, and save our work.
I forgot to give y'all a chance to pause that. I'm sorry.
I will grant you another chance.
Hopefully y'all are able to pause that in time. Just do it really quick.
Stop the shadow. Thank you, friend.
Wow, something's bad happening here. Someone was killed by Bruce. Ooh. Don't look at him. Censor. Oh. Okay. They're naked. And when I say they're naked, they're actually naked. I'm talking too loud. Okay. You can, so there's a key in here. There's 1 or 2 ways you can do it. You can either use this bucket and get the water, which is the way I've done it before, but I think I've seen a video where you can just use this, which is just much faster. Okay, here we go. This part, get ready guys. This part, the first time I did this, I died because there's a barricade you have to go through, and this basically the shadow chases you here. And because I thought that this barricade in front of this one door over here would be like the one in the wine cellar where you have to take your time to move everything, but no, it's not like that. Basically, you can just swing the door open and it moves everything out of the way. There's that red stuff. It's the shadow. Move out of my way. It's right there. Did you see it, guys? Did you see it? Now this part is basically just really easy for me now. Just down there. Go, 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 go. Get ya. Okay. Nice little intense moment there. When you first play that section, when I first played that section, I got scared to death. Literally. It legit scared me the first time I went through that scene. Let's destroy the bucket. Can we... wait. I don't think we can destroy the bucket, but I wonder if we can get water. We're still able to get water? Okay. Never mind, it did break. Okay. So you can't get water from there.
August 1839. Tonight, we will
This is probably going to
unlock
end up being the
power of
longest
the
part.
orb and ultimately banish the shadow hunting me. I feel it closing in on me, and I fear for my life more than ever. Just outside Altstadt lays a small settlement where Zimmerman, a dairy farmer, lives with his wife and 3 children. The coach went there.
Don't stop.
The visit was unexpected, and Alexander was able to strike Zimmerman down without alerting the others. As he went to take care of the farmhands, I began to look for the children. We should have more than enough prisoners to finish the ritual now.
Guys, let's finish this. Things get weird here. So this we're going through the door that wasn't budging before, that wouldn't open. This is where those levers were. That's now caved in. That door, ooh. That door really took a hit. This one's fine. Okay, I was expecting for us to get hit, like hurt by that. You know, if you fall from a high place in this game, it doesn't actually kill you. So I can literally just do this. It just brings my health down to that. You can't actually die from falling. You can only die from enemies or falling into one of the bottomless pits like in the choir and chancellor. See? I can't be killed. Let's make my screen a bit better. Okay, now this room is not blocked off anymore. And we can actually do some stuff. The door is literally taken. I hear the shadow somewhere. Get out of my way, chair.
Collapse. The laboratory might be.
You heard something in the chancellor collapse. That was one of the bridges. I was hoping you wouldn't do that. Woo! I think that's the last laudanum in the game. I think.
You did it. Thank goodness. Now, Pay attention. First, quickly, officer ahead. And then,
Whatever happens, get me through the gate. Alright, whatever you say, man. Gross. Ew, I picked up a head. Yeah, those are... Is this one caved in also? Yep, they're both caved in. The shadow is causing the castle to fall apart. It makes you kind of paranoid a little bit. Like, we need to get out of here as soon as possible. Hurry up. I wonder if people who played this wonder if they don't do it in time that the castle will just collapse and they'll lose. But that never happens, guys. That'd be cool if it within these last few moments of the game where you gotta do it as fast as you can. Or the castle will collapse and you lose to Alexander. But in that case, Alexander would die. Oh, gotta wait till the brute is gone from that area. So, this is the last enemy in the game, I think, this brute here. Is he gonna be gone? Oh, he's gone. Okay, now we can go in there and stop those cog wheels. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. It hit me. It's a 50-50 chance, guys. It's the Reddit 50-50 challenge. Will it hurt me or will it not?
10th of August, 1839. I cannot believe what I have become.
Yeah.
One of the girls escaped and I chased after her all the way upstairs.
That girl that we had flashbacks about in the storage.
What is life worth? How many lives can I take before I surrender my own? Sure, I would kill a murderer to save an innocent. But to kill an innocent to save myself? A cold-blooded murderer.
That is the second to last diary. We'll have one more when we get to the inner sanctum, I think. Yeah. We'll have one more. Does that steam hurt me? No, it doesn't. Okay. Oh yeah, I need a rock all the way from up here. Like everything in this game, you gotta throw a rock at it. Hey, that's what Markiplier says. Don't take that line. Oh, whatever. Jeez, that hurt. Ooh, that hurt. That brought my health down. Throw a rock at it. I think Amnesia was Markiplier's first Let's Play that he did. Right. Loud noise. The first time I played this game, the loud noise that happens when that light thing touches the orb, I got scared for a second because it's really loud. Like in these headphones, that just all of a sudden. Loud sound. Okay. I wonder something. I've never actually tried to get myself killed by you. But I'm not going to test that theory. I'm just going to complete the game because this video is probably already like 50 minutes long. This is definitely the longest video. Here we go. Last diary.
19th of August, 1839. It's not fair. I'm not to blame.
I've been manipulated by that demon. He played my guilty conscience and duped me into facing the shadow alone. That vile, conspiring man. He expects me to meet my death as he steals power beyond imagination?
Yeah, Alexander, you're a
I
monster.
will kill you for what you have done. If only the shadow had caught me in London or Algeria, I wouldn't have to suffer this humiliation. You made me a murderer. A monster.
And now, I merely await my death. I am too weak to press on. I can hardly stand as my knees fail me. I cannot see as my eyes are dressed in tears. I am as broken as the men I've tortured. If only I could wipe my fear away, as we did with them.
And by the way, guys, if you want to know like some of the origins behind the Gatherers, or aka the Grunt and the Brute, the enemies in the game, go watch videos on that, or watch. I have a video explaining them a little bit. The video is called "Why Alexander's Such an Evil Person," and that's one of the biggest reasons I go into is him creating the Gatherers and everything from other. He basically, guys, he made other people. He turned other people into them via wine, poisoned wine. Remember back in the wine cellar, Wilhelm and his men. He gave them wine and locked them in the wine cellar, and it basically caused their bodies to get deformed. And I think they become the Grunts. I'm not sure about the Brute, but I know they become the Grunts. I'm pretty sure in the game. And the Gatherers have emotions. You know when the Grunt is in the hallway and like he makes a whining sound and covers his face like he's crying. And when he notices when you make a sound, it's hard to hear, but he says stuff like, "What? Who's there?"
I was wondering if you were going to show up. I see Agrippa convinced you to run some errands. Tell me, is
I gotta look up like
everything
this.
nice and clear now?
Don't look at his lower section.
Villain. Good.
Yes, you're the villain.
Such comforting concepts, but hardly applicable.
If you don't want to look,
So
just
glad
cover your screen,
that
guys.
you see no good in me or evil in Agrippa.
No, Agrippa's the innocent one. Agrippa's the most innocent character in this game. I'm probably gonna let Alexander win because I've never done that ending before. I've done the other two. Basically, one of the endings is to push all these things over, and Alexander dies. The shadow spares Daniel, and Daniel, you can escape. One of them, the other one is probably the probably the best ending because, like, just knocking everything over and leaving seems like the selfish ending. But then there's obviously the one where you let Alexander win, which is the only one I haven't done. And then there's the one where the portal opens up, you put Agrippa's head into it, and you save Agrippa, you die, but then you go to this weird heaven and you hear Agrippa's voice. And then I think there's a secret ending in the cells where if you sit there, you have to sit there for like 10 minutes, where if you just sit there for a long time, the shadow kills you, and then you basically just get the Alexander ending. But instead of going all the way to here, you just stay in the cell. I wonder what happens if you just knock one of them over. I think you have to knock them over in order.
Do you see it? A hole.
My last two oil.
Isn't it beautiful? I can finally return home.
Sure, I'll let you this time. Go ahead, evil bastard.
I am sorry, Daniel. You won't be able to enter. You are still tainted, branded by the shadow. It will consume you either way.
let Alexander win! Oh no!
Please.
We did all that for nothing. We did all that just to let Alexander win. Oh, we're going through the memories of everything for the Shadow Cliff. There we go, guys.
Thank you, my friend. Your sacrifice won't be forgotten. You will be celebrated forever.
Just listen to this music, guys, though. The soundtrack in this game is great, but I think out of all the endings, this is the best music out of all the three endings. Look at all these creators of the game. Look, all there. I'm looking to see if I recognize any. I recognize Thomas Grip, but I think he's like the main person of fictional games. Oh, that was my Amnesia the Dark Descent journey. Let me know what y'all thought. If you've played this game before, let me know what you think of it. If you haven't played it and just watched it, you should play it. I would play it before watching other people play it. I like playing the game myself and then watching people's reactions to it. A lot of people do it the other way around, but it's a like, I've obviously played this game before. The first time I played this game, I didn't even have it. I wasn't doing videos, so I didn't even have a YouTube channel, so. Oh, these are the voice actors. Let's look at Richard Topping is Daniel, Sam Mallory's Alexander. I think Sam Mallory's done voices of other characters in other games. Bill Corkery's Agrippa, Eric Newsom as Herbert, and then as girl and mother. So that the voice act. So the girl and the mother was the same voice actress. I didn't get to read the other names. It was going by too fast, and I'm a slow-ass reader. Okay, let's just go back to the main menu. Okay. So, that's it. Part 4 done. The finale of Amnesia the Dark Descent. I'll see if I can do custom stories. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see if I feel like playing any custom stories, but as of right now, that's the end of Amnesia the Dark Descent. I haven't really played Justine or Machine for Pigs, and I might see if I could do those, or Soma. When Amnesia Rebirth comes out, I'm not gonna watch any videos. I'm just gonna play it myself, and then after I'm done playing it, I'm gonna watch other people doing it. But that's it. See you next time, Roller Coaster Gamers. Bye!